Thank you so much for having me here today. My name is Billie Fortier. I'm an associate with MLT Aikens. It's a law firm here in Calgary, and we have offices across Western Canada. I practice mainly in our Aboriginal law group and the corporate commercial group. I was called to the bar in 2015, so I've been practicing for about 4 years. And my family's from the Fort McKay First Nation, so about as north as you can get, aside from the Winter Road. And to answer that question, I think the first person who would come to mind for an inspiration for me in the path that I've taken, oh geez, I'm up there. I'm not gonna look up there. That's throws you off. I'm gonna look straight forward. Okay. Would be my grandmother. My grandmother was raised on trapline in northern Alberta on the Fort McKay's traditional territory. She was taken away from her family. Her and her sisters were taken away from her family when she was just a child by the RCMP on dog sled and taken to Gruard Residential School, where she spent the next many years of her life till she turned 18. We won't get into details of that. Everybody knows about residential schools in this room, so we won't get into that. But here she was 18. She got a one-way bus ticket to Edmonton, and that was it. Had no skills, no family, no connections. And long story short, she's a success. She became actively involved in politics. She was a successful businesswoman. She started one of the first group homes in Canada that was for Indigenous youth, and it was run solely by Indigenous peoples. So it was very important for her that the youth there were really taught and in touch with their culture, their communities, their spirituality. So that, to me, she changed the story for my family. We all know about the intergenerational trauma. She changed the story. She couldn't even hire a lawyer when she was young, not to mention become a lawyer, and now her granddaughter has become a lawyer. So we see just in the few generations how through her courage and the steps that she chose in her life and the successes that came her way, how she changed my family's story and ultimately mine. So I'm incredibly proud, and she's a huge inspiration for me.